Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. And we have a film review today, a new Denzel Washington film. Yes, so it's nice to see a Denzel Washington film. He's even got a couple of other guys that we know quite well in it as well, so we'll go into it in a minute. It's a crime drama thriller written and directed by John Lee Hancock. Yes, today we're going to look at a film called The Little Things. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications if you like what you see, so you get to know when these things are coming out. I do film reviews like this and TV drama reviews, information vlogs on what's out to buy, stuff like that. I even used to do a cinema release thing, but here in the UK there's not a lot of point in doing that at the moment. So yeah, that's been on the back burner for a few months at the moment, but hopefully one day, fingers crossed, we'll do that again. So please check the playlist anyway. And of course you will see some stuff on football as well. My football team, Manchester City. I do City past vlogs, City present vlogs, quizzes, lots of different things. If that's of any interest, if it's not of any interest, there's loads of film and TV stuff, don't worry about it. But if you know anyone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. I've just sort of crawled over 650 subscribers now, so I was aiming for 700 before the end of February 2021, so we're well on the way to that. So if you can push that sub button if you haven't already done so, or give some guys a kick for me, that would be fantastic. And there's a couple of links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter, so I post loads of stuff on there. So if you want to follow or friend me, I do check every 2 or 3 days and we'll follow and friend you back. Yeah, so let's get on with this film review, The Little Things. 127 minutes. Yeah, it's probably just about 2 hours runtime when you allow for the credits and stuff like that. I think it's an R rating outside of the UK and the US, and it's an 18 rating, I think, here in the United Kingdom. As I said, a crime drama thriller written and directed by John Lee Hancock and produced by John Lee Hancock and a guy called Mark Johnson. What's it about? Well, Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon, yeah, that's a lot of work got into that nickname. Played by Denzel Washington, joins forces with Sergeant Jim Baxter and Mr. Rami Malek, there you go, to search for a serial killer who's terrorising Los Angeles. As they track the culprit, Baxter is unaware that the investigation is dredging up echoes of Deke's past, uncovering disturbing secrets that could threaten more than his case. Also stars Jared Leto, there you go, he's the sort of bad guy in this. Yeah, it was released in the US on January the 29th, so the day before I'm doing this, 2021, by Warner Brothers, and it's had a month-long simultaneous release on HBO Max over there, the streaming service, so that's where you want to watch it. What are people thinking? Well, not so great, the critics. Rotten Tomatoes has only give it a 47% positivity rating, although it does score 5.6 out of 10, so it's a little bit higher than the positivity rating. That's 111 critics, and it's 52 fresh and 59 rotten, so not fantastic. Obviously more rotten than fresh with that one. And the website's critics consensus reads, an exceptionally well cast throwback thriller. The Little Things will feel deeply familiar to genre fans, for better or for worse. So as I said, it's a bit of a mixed bag, and you certainly get that with the public. We'll go on to that in a moment. Metacritic, the other critics site we'll look at, it's got a weighted average of 54 out of 100 based on 43 critics. So again, not great. So that's 20 positive, 19 mixed, and just 4 negatives. Only 4 negative, but you got 19 mixed there. So that's probably keeping the average down. And it scores anywhere between 3 out of 10, which is the lowest, and 7.5 out of 10. Just a couple of critics reviews. Empire's Dan Jolin, he only gave it 4 out of 10 and wrote, a throwback thriller which brings nothing new to a crowded genre and has little to say along the way. They don't make them like this anymore, and to be honest, they probably shouldn't. So not very nice. But the playlist, Rodrigo Perez, he gave it 7.5 out of 10, so I liked it a little bit more, especially in its upending, pivoting away from crime norms, morally ambiguous ending. Hancock's picture reveals itself to have much more on its mind than expected, and becomes a thoughtful meditation on the rigours of police work and the psychic toll that it takes on the soul. There you go. We're not talking a crime drama here. We're talking obviously psychic toll and souls and various other things we're talking about according to the playlist. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, you, me, just the normal people, normal watchers. 4,857 as I'm recording this vlog. Scores have been left and reviews, and it's averaging 6.4. So if you know anything over 6 is always pretty good. And I did see this score before I watched the film, so I was slightly optimistic. I watched the trailer. Yeah, I was a bit more optimistic. Yeah, anyway, some of the comments on Internet Movie Database, good but not great. Someone else wrote, "What's happened here?" Someone else, "Forgettable story with an unforgettable cast." Yeah, I think they give it 8 out of 10 as well. I mean, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of love out and a lot of scores for the cast rather than the content of the film for this. Someone else said, "A decent mystery where nothing is what it seems." There you go. Good movie with great acting for a mature audience. So I mean, obviously, I'm not very mature based on what I'm going to say in a bit. Good but flawed. Yeah, somewhat disappointing. Someone else, "A slow burn." And someone else, "You really need to be a bad storyteller to cast Denzel Washington, Jared Leto and Rami Malek and still be able to make a boring movie." Yeah, I think I might have wrote that myself. Someone else, "Very disappointing and ill-conceived storyline." Someone else, "Started out well, completely fell apart in the last 30 minutes. Well, it was 2 hours. It didn't drag, which is when you're going to see what I'm going to say now, is a bit odd for a film that didn't particularly drag. Yeah, let's have my thoughts on it. Yeah, comparisons to Seven I've seen as well, and sadly, it does not really compare very favourably to Seven in my opinion. You can see elements of it, but it doesn't quite develop those elements, unfortunately. Washington, I'm not his biggest fan. He's all right, Washington. I know a lot about it. I've never been overly impressed. I think Washington's Washington, isn't he? No matter what role he does, he plays himself. For me, I don't see anything fantastic in his acting. I know that's horrible to say, an Oscar winner, etc. But there you go. He does his usual okay job, but nothing particularly outstanding coming out of it. Jared Leto, who does play the baddie and they come into this as the baddies, it's just a little reined in, I feel. He could actually, he's got all the attributes to play a really good one, but he's always been he's been asked to sort of tone it down a little bit. He should have just let go a little bit more, been a bit more sinister. And as far as Rami Malek, well, I just don't think he sits right in the role he's playing, to be honest. I think it's awful. I think it just didn't feel right to me. He just didn't seem right. His voice, his mumbling of words, etc. He's not my favourite actor anyway, I'll be absolutely honest with you. But again, he's another Oscar winner, isn't he? So they like Jared Leto's an Oscar winner. So there you go. Points for that. But yeah, Rami Malek didn't sit right with me. Certainly not in this film. I have seen him okay in a couple of films, but as I said, it's not my favourite. Yeah, I mean, for a Hunt the Serial Killer film, which is what this is, with a pair of dysfunctional cops, which is what they are, it's a little bland, in my opinion. There are elements of the story that you feel should have been perhaps developed further. And they did well to make it quite a boring 2 hours, which sort of passed quite quickly. So it couldn't have been that boring. But as I said, it's a bit confusing. It's sort of, if you'd said to me, obviously it was a boring film, it would have been dragged. But the 2 hours didn't. The 2 hours were okay. I think it's because of at least the acting and the sets and the build. There was a lot of driving round as well. There was a lot of driving round in cars, which got a bit monotonous, and not chases, just driving round. I mean, they could have easily knocked 30 minutes off this and perhaps had a much better film, to be honest with you. Yeah, so it's a boring 2 hours considering the genre and the Oscar-winning actors, as I said. But there are elements that kept you watching, but you just waited for something to get going. I mean, for me anyway, it's just not dark enough. It's not tense enough. It's not exciting enough. It's not thrilling enough, or even interesting enough, and I'm fairly surprised by some of the high marks I've seen. I think I've even seen high marks where they've actually didn't like the film, but they said it was well acted. But I mean, that obviously we're marking the film, not the actors. So as an entertaining point of view, I just wasn't really entertained. And obviously, as far as that comment about a mature audience, it's better for a mature audience. I mean, I can get the nuances in it and what's going on. They just wasn't very good. It was just pretty poor. I actually watched it twice, believe it or not, hoping I may have missed something or dozed off the first time round. Sadly, I didn't. Obviously, it was just more of the, watching it the second time round, I was sort of, yeah, well, that didn't make anything. Well, certain things were clear, some things weren't that clear, but yeah, I just didn't like it. But some do. but I unfortunately can't recommend this. I think I'll just go and rewatch 7 anyway. So you'll have to let me know what you think if you get to watch this. Because even though I'm not going to give it a great mark, I won't put you off, because as I said, there's enough people out there who seem to like it. So, and as I say, perhaps if you like Denzel Washington and Leto and Malek, then it is worth the watch just for the sake of it. I wouldn't say it was a wasted 4 hours, because I watched it twice, but I could have perhaps done a little bit better. As I said, I could have rewatched 7 and done something else as well. So for the film, I'm only going to give it probably one of my lowest marks ever on the vlog, to be honest with you. I'm only going to give it 4.5. I'm not even going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'm just going to give it a 4.5 out of 10, because I think I would have probably give it a 5.5 on the first watch, but having watched it the second time round, I just say it didn't give me anything more, so I'm just gonna drop it another half a point, 1 point to 4.5 out of 10. The trailer's okay, nothing wrong with the trailer. If you like, a lot of people like watching the trailers to get a view for it. It's an okay trailer. It's good. There's more mystery in the trailer than there is in the film, unfortunately. So I'm going to give the trailer 6 out of 10. And the poster, the main poster I've seen there's not many promotional posters anyway. It's almost as bland as a film, but not quite. I'm going to give the poster 5 out of 10. So there you go. So the film 4.5 out of 10, trailer 6 out of 10, the poster 5 out of 10. Let me know what you think anyway. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for this film review today. Of the Little Things, is that what it's called? The Little Things. It won't last long in my memory. Yeah, The Little Things. As I say, it's not stuck in my memory, but hey, there you go. And please, whatever you're going to do with your rest day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet again here on the Film and TV channel. I'll perhaps you flit over if you're interested into my Citizen channel, my football channel, wherever it is. All I ever ask of you is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.